So it's always a fun map. Everybody is sitting in the lobby, so we should just be waiting for people to be ready. Should be good to go. Oh, shoot. Are we back? I think my OBS disconnected real quick. I don't know if we're back. Ooh, don't know if we're gonna be back or not. Well, I got my stuff is streaming. Still says it's streaming. No dropped frames. And all right. All right, we're off. We're gonna move right into the draft, boys and girls. So, Infernal Shrine's always a fun map to cast. One of my favorite maps in the game right now. We have Cloud8 on the left. They are going to be the first pick, first ban. See if they're going to prioritize some of the hot stuff heroes in this map. Going to go right for the Murky. Don't want to deal with that fish with his shenanigans and his push potential and his late game kill potential, keeping everybody slow. It's always annoying. Ragnaros is the other ban for Burgers for the Boys. B4B is what they're going to be called, so it's shortened to. So this leaves a lot of options open for Cloud8. They could try to go for the Kerrigan first pick, but they just I was about to say I'd advise against it because Malf is open. But I'm actually curious because I've seen a lot of Lucio play, and I feel like Lucio might be the new first pick over Malfurion. The only problem is that if you first pick him, that does open you up to some type of stun lock comp in the early game because he does not get cleanse ever. So that's his only drawback. Other than that, he has pretty good heals. He is constant engage and disengage of the team with his crossfade. But they do go with Malfurion. Strong healer. No doubt he's an enabler for almost everybody. He can follow up on stuns with the roots, and just always a solid hero right off the bat. So B4B answering with the Tychus ETC. Another solid 2-pick. We see it a lot in EU. And if you guys have been following the HGC with the Tychus ETC right off the bat. Power slide, mosh pit, minigun. It's an easy way to get kills. And that's what they're going to be looking for here. So far, neither team has opted to go for a Shrine controller yet. I would imagine that Cloud8 is probably going to be picking one of their main Shrine controllers right here. Maybe a Sonya. They go for the Variant first pick and the Zarya. So not solo tanking it, which is I recommend, especially against an ETC. Zarya is going to give some early shields to the Variant, keeps him alive. Right now they are lacking in wave clear. They still don't have a Shrine controller, and I keep saying Shrine controller, but depending on how you play, you don't have to have one. Those are people like Illidan, Sonya, Kerrigan, people that will be more powerful while on the shrines and they can solo the shrines. So once you win that little scuffle team fight, you just leave them there and the rest of your team push. That's kind of the strat that you go for. So with their ban, they're probably scared of a DPS, somebody else that's going to be enabled by the Zarya that's going to be following up behind the Varian. They already got rid of Rag, so that gives away one of the combos to the Varian. They could ban Chromie. I don't think they'd want to. I could see a ban on Vala here. Multi-shot is very strong on the shrines. They could ban Jaina, or they do decide to ban one of the mages. Maybe they might go for Jaina. I could see that as well. Jaina's abilities are a lot more predictable against the Zarya, so Zarya can get free energy. But Cloud8 is going to be looking for somebody that can combo with the Varian Malfurion to get kills. It's past 10. Past 10 Varian becomes stupid strong, stupid scary, if he's allowed to be. But so we'll see how this goes for them right now. They're deciding they're showing the Sylvanas ban. She is strong once you win the lane on this map. Once you win the Immortal, she can pretty much guarantee any fort, which does make her a high contestant. But she has to win the Immortal, and I can see them banning that honestly because they picked the early Varian. They know they have a weaker early game, and if B4B were to capitalize on that, Sylvanas could get value, knowing that they might get the early Immortal. They actually go for the Medivh, so they're trying to counter the kill potential from Blackheart's from Cloud8 already. They don't even see what the DPS is, but they're gonna go ahead and say, "Hey, you're picked a Varian. You're going to be looking for a combo potential, so we will get that out right away." And Medivh obviously already goes with Sonya to enable her aggressiveness, allowing her to spin to win. Right now, there's only one stun. Varian is the only one that can stun Sonya out of the whirlwinds. I mean, Blackheart B4B is looking pretty scary right now. I mean, their last pick is going to be a healer, but honestly, it can be anybody. A Rhaegar for the Ancestral if they need it, because Ancestral behind a Medivh Force of Will, pretty much, like I said, they did pick the Vala. Medivh behind the Sonya Force of Will does provide almost invulnerability. So unless they can really kill somebody super quick before Medivh even has a chance to react, then they're just going to get full healed. They decided to go with the Li Ming. I mean, that's another one of their, like, Vala is not too much of a burst damage. I mean, she has a good burst with multi-shot and Hungering Arrow. Hungering Arrow doesn't get too much value on the actual shrine just because there's so many other minions for it to hit. Li Ming is the big follow-up. Unfortunately, they do have a lot of minions in the way, so she's going to have to position pretty well. I would actually really have liked to see the Jaina. Jaina is one of the natural soft counters to Sonya. She's not a major counter, but slowing a Sonya allows her to not be able to keep up. It counters her trait with the movement speed. So it's always been kind of known to be like a soft counter. And Jaina follows up on the Varian really well, and the Malfurion. I mean, Li Ming does too. I think I would have liked to see the Jaina there. They were going after some of the mobility instead of the raw damage. So healer here, I could actually see merit for Monk, but I think it's going to be this Rhaegar. Do they go Lucio? Yeah, it's okay, Rhaegar. Alright, so I mean, teams pick, a little bit of a swap round. Right off the bat, I mean, both teams are looking good. It's really going to depend on how they play. The Medivh is not that strong early game. The Variant's not that strong early game. Sonya is very strong early game. And she's kind of weak early game too. More wave clear is on the side of Cloud8, so that's going to help if they go into the 4-man rotation. Hey Xanifer, thanks for letting me know. Oh, Fronten, you missed the portrait synergy. Get the memo, dude. Portrait synergy. And we got like the right color scheme for Cloud8. They're all kind of blue-ish for the portraits, so that's close enough. Fronten throws it off, man. Right off the bat, I think I'm gonna have to put my prediction on to B4B, only because I got to cheer for my girl Sonya. She's my bae, sorta one of the baes with Kerrigan. But anyways, so this is a Division 2 game. Going into Infernal Shrines. So one of the big things with Shrines, I mean, I'll get into it once you get into the game, but to me, it's a really fun map, being able to see how they control the Punisher and how they follow up with the Punisher. But right off the bat, on the left side, Cloud8, blue team, we got Orin on the Vala, Heejin on the Malfurion, Manny on the Li Ming, the Federalist on the Varian, and Daig on the Zarya. On the right side, Burgers for the boys, Fronten on the Medivh, Bravery on the Rhaegar, Most Def on the Sonya, VDids on ETC, and Sifu on Tychus. Everybody's giving out the friendly good luck, have funs. Right off the bat, nothing out. Ooh, Vala went Caltrops. I guess she's expecting to get chased by the Sonya a lot. It's gonna hurt her mana, so she's gonna be painful for mana in during a lot of the fights in the shrine phases. Medivh getting the easy soak. A little bit of a poke damage from the Li Ming, but we're just going to see a little bit of a scuffle here. I don't know who they're going to... I mean, Sonya has to go top lane. She's the best laner on their team, so they'll probably just do a little bit of a fight here and run top. Meanwhile, they're going to be looking for Li Ming, or does some damage, but you saw the value of the Medivh there, immediately getting the Force of Will to counter the Li Ming damage. We should see Sonya rotate top right now. Never mind. They are missing soak. There he goes. Medivh's already on bottom lane. We do see the 4-man rotation coming from Cloud8. See if they'll get any value right now. Force of Will immediately coming right before the Varian comes in. If he's going to have that reaction time the whole time, we're going to see some really good Force of Wills, because that Force of Will was almost right before he got hit. And that's looking promising for... Rhaegar's going to end up going back to the middle lane, make sure they're not missing as at least little soak as possible. We got the aggressive rotation up here, but Rhaegar's got the doggy wolf speed plus the totems. Gets out fine. Tychus is actually already halfway. Rotations are getting a little bit slowed from Burgers for the Boys. That could pay for them eventually. I think we might see Rhaegar or Medivh run bottom again. But Li Ming's getting some good damage. Medivh's trying to soak it up with his Force of Will. And Sonya is easily winning this lane. Zarya can't contest at all. First Immortal Shrine on the bottom lane. Both teams are probably going to want to soak to 4. Yeah, neither of them are even pushing onto it. Looks like we might see some ETC clicking it. But usually the goal here is to get to 4 right away, right before this fight. That way you can fight with any type of advantage. Especially if the other team does not get 4, which they are not. So they could push into here. Sonya is going for a spin to the wind. There are no stuns yet. Varian's nowhere nearby. Sonya's getting pretty low though. And Medivh's split here trying to heal up everybody. ETC with the root and the follow does not go down because of the Force of Will. Did I lie? I did lie. Medivh... Li Ming coming in with a flank position, very well positioning herself to try to see anybody that's going to back up into this vent. But she's getting some value over there. They're not respecting that flank position. And actually ceding control of the shrine momentarily while everybody went and got lines. But the stun from the Varian secures the kill on Sonya. Force of Will was used on the Tychus on himself right beforehand, so he was not able to save Sonya there. And this should be an Immortal going to Cloud8. Ooh, big Li Ming damage. She did go Orb at 4. I like it, the aggressiveness. You might as well be aggressive. Bank on your healer to actually keep you up. And plus, getting the resets is just so much more damage. So the first leap should come over here. Yeah. Missed the Force of Will on that, but it's okay. So first Punisher doesn't get too much value. It dies really quick to the Immortals. Usually all you can get is the first line of towers, unless you are able to follow up with a big kill. Actually, are they going to get the fort for this? They still have minions there soaking up tower shots. Man, I don't know nothing. They do get the fort. Tried to get a little bit of punishment, but it was 3-4. Sonya went back to top lane to soak against the Zarya. And we should see rotation to start murking. In between Immortal phases, there's not much left to do. See Bird's Eye View, Portal Duration, Focus Attack from Sonya. Li Ming is going for... Reduce the mana cost, yeah. So trying to go for a little bit of burst damage. A lot of people don't pick this talent on this map, and the main reason is that when you use Vault and you next attack onto a minion, you can immediately reset it, and that can give you a lot of mobility, kind of like a Kerrigan. You basically Vault sideways, horizontal into any direction that's safe, and then attack a low health minion, and then that gives you the reset, and then you're able to do it again and constantly back and forth. And that actually allows her to solo lane or solo in an immortal Punisher shrine. Sonya does go to Merking. Rhaegar's actually, so they have no healer. They're using Force of Will as their only heals. Using the portals as a little bit of a ward, and then able to go into bird form to get the scout. We should see Rhaegar rotate down to the team to try to get the other current camps. We should get the immortal next immortal shrine. Yep, right there. So far, we got an aggressive pull onto the ETC, but he has Force of Will. Took literally no damage. Even had the portals there just in case there was any follow-up. I like the call to take these mercs right now. I mean, they're already ahead. They can try to get 9. They can force this push outwards. Even though this fort's already dead, it will force somebody to react to it, and if they don't, they might lose the Punisher, and then that merc will get a lot of value on the bottom lane. So this should be the first major fight. Cloud8 is not 10 yet. Sonya's going to be walking the back away. Force of Will preemptively goes out to try to soak some of the damage. No variant to follow up on it. Does decide to go onto the ETC. And a little bit of a cheeky portal plays. Sonya's going for the spin to wins onto the Zarya. The focus fire is a little off place. Varian does die. I mean, just not 10 yet. Oh man, just because that Force of Will barely keeping him alive. And Tychus has been going ham on them. Everybody, they're kind of body blocking each other. Wow, how are they still in this? They are constantly poking. I mean, B4B is pretty hurt. But with no stuns, Sonya can whirlwind for days without too much penalty. Oh, that orb damage though, hitting that Sonya. She did go for Calamity. Too bad it doesn't work on minions anymore, but it is going to be looking for the kills, especially when there's going to be a Sonya on your face. So B4B gets the second Punisher. And see if they're going to be able to push on this. So one of the big cheeky plays with Medivh on this is that as soon as the Punisher jumps, you portal in, and your team follows up. Looks like we're not going to see that happen yet. Punisher does still die pretty quick. Ooh, nice expulsion zone to keep Tychus pinned to the wall. Was not able to use the portal to get out. Great use of the expulsion zone. Mercs here are still pushing. They are going to get this bottom tower, but that's probably all they're going to get for there. Sonya should be able to clean it up now. Level 10 for both teams. We see Leyline Seal. We're going to have to see if there's going to be any major, like, keeping people all occupied. I wonder why this health bar is, or this duration bar is blue. Odin to try to fight over the shrines. Ancestral healing, pretty common. Wave of Force to just in case they went mosh pit, which they did. So, and Rain of Vengeance. So plenty of heals with the expulsion zone, Wave of Force, and Rain of Vengeance. I don't expect ETC to get any moshes unless there's a 5-man mosh. Oh, so close with the Force of Will. Like Medivh was in the middle of that, and it just happened to push him outwards. They are looking for a fight here. 2 ultimates used. Holy cow! A 5-man. Leyline Seal. That would have been an amazing mosh pit. One goes down. We should see 4 Wave of Force. Not fast enough. Li Ming goes, Volley goes down, and Malfurion. Nice pushback from the ETC to keep Varian on this side. And down goes the Varian. That engagement, that Leyline Seal, hitting 5 people. I mean, it would have been amazing if ETC happened to be there and gotten a fight. That was an easy 5-man mosh. But, I mean, Leyline Seal doesn't last that long, so, but it was great nonetheless. And if we're going to see some team fights like that, then that damage, though, that took 3/4 of Medivh's health. Sonya's clearing out the mercs. And now the third Punisher phase. Both teams, everybody's back up. Ultimates are down for B4B. They're not going to have Mosh Pit for another minute. They're not going to have Odin for another half minute. While all the ultimates are up for Cloud8. They almost kind of want to take advantage of that. They know Mosh Pit's down, or at least they should know Mosh Pit's down. And it's one of the benefits of them having such short cooldowns. They should get the stun into Sonya, but the Force of Will prevents any damage done. Zarya's taking a lot of damage. Expulsion Zone separating the team. Ancestral Healing. And another big Force of Will separating the team completely. They're still chasing this Zarya. I'm not really sure what Sonya's doing, but she did not. I mean, they were already separated, the whole team. They need to go after all the squishies. But the trade-off is them getting Rhaegar, and Vala is doing work with the Zarya bubbles, hitting the back line. Yeah, I mean, Sonya chased the Zarya running down to the mid lane when ETC and Sonya were separating both of the squishies right here after the ley line. So if ETC had turned around and stunned there, Whirlwind, Spear, I think that would have been some dead squishies. But with that opening team fight, that was a great turnaround for Cloud8. And this is easily going to secure them another Punisher. Well, if somebody take out that, might actually kill the fort. First front wall is down. They can follow up on any Punisher jump that happens. Yep, did get the top fort. But nobody's here, so there's going to be no follow-up. They're just opting to get more soak. So this Punisher won't get too much value. There are 5 members here. They could re-engage on this. I like the Mafurian thinking that, like, keep making sure that if anybody does take that portal, it's going to be a bait. But these team fights are going both ways. Like, one team gets an advantage, then the next team turns it, and the other team gets the advantage. Both teams are even talent tier. All heroics up. I mean, Ancestral will be up in 2 seconds, but right now, race to 16. They are nearly a full level ahead. So they're focusing on their soaking right now. It is unfortunate that their lanes are pushed out, so that way they're not. Varian's getting pretty far out, but not able to be shot up on. Then Tychus rotating the wrong direction, barely gets killed. Honestly, another half second, and that Ancestral would have landed. But that rotation was a little sloppy to run around this way, not knowing where they are, and I think Varian had already showed. A little bit of a cheeky Medivh play, trying to get his poke in. Let's checking his Force of Master's Touch. He does have it already. Actually, almost all quests are almost done. With the Tychus just coming back up, they are pushing into the mid lane. It's going to be a tricky defense. They should hit 16 right on this minion wave. Not there. It is right on the last gleaming orb. So now they almost want to turn around. They don't even actually see him right now. They could rotate in any direction, rotating over to this vent to get any type of sloppy, not sloppy, but like maybe a separated rotation. Granted, it puts you in a weird position because Medivh can always get anybody out. But when you have level 16 talent tier, and especially when you got it right then at the last second, you almost wanted to turn around just to take the most advantage of it. I don't know, this Zarya could be sniffed out. It takes her a long time to kill these mercs. I don't know if Medivh saw that with his bird form. Nope, I guess not. Oh. Man, their whole team is surrounding them. They could... This Zarya, so ballsy. And look how long it takes her to take those merc camps. Like, it is... She's in there. But I like the decision making. Knowing that they are talent tier, they did not want to fight the team, so they opted to trade a fort. But seeing that, Cloud8 just took the top fort. It was lucky for them that the Punisher was already in the top lane. We're going to see the Varian here. They do get scouted out by the Medivh, so hard to do bush strats against a Medivh. Leyline Seal coming out, hitting 2 members. See if we're going to set the ETC follow-up. Oh, but the root. I don't know how that barely hit that root. 1 Radiant Avengers down and Expulsion Zone. So that's a lot of their ultimates used. Especially ultimates that can stop ETC. Mafia retaining the 4-man Twilight Dream. Poison to go out. But Varian actually doesn't die and is able to go back in on the Sonya. Here comes the Mosh Pit, but interrupted instantly by the Laming. But it was enough to secure the kill on Vala. Okay. Force of Will, nice Force of Will damage to block the Li Ming, but ETC, the charge from Varian is enough to keep him in line, and they're going to continually move into this. That was a great use of staying near the other portal. Any type of escape is going to be met with demise, and Sonya is definitely out of there too. Another good turnaround. Vala died so early in the fight, but there wasn't enough peel for the ETC, and ETC got turned on, which ended up snowballing the team. And this is going to be the next Punisher for Cloud8. And then they can also push it with these Merc camps, taking them at the same time. Oh man, this is going to take forever for Zarya to do this. Level 16 for both teams. We got Absorption, Force of Will, typical Nords of Steel, and all the normal talents. We do see Orb for Li Ming instead of Mirror Ball. Hoping to get a lot of those long range damage. Mirror Ball is a better follow up against the Varian, or with the Varian. But if she's getting a lot of resets and getting value out of the Orb damage, then you might as well. Small portal there, another big leyline seal if we're going to have any type of ETC follow up. He does not have Mosh Pit yet. And this is going to be the first keep down. Big orb damage hitting Sonya. Looking for the kill. Cleanse goes out. But that's going to be 8 seconds until Varian can stun again. And he still has taunt. Odin coming out, trying to hit a big defense on here, making sure that they focus on the Immortal first. Ancestral healing on the ETC. Medivh is almost going down, but is able to use his own portal. And now they're looking for the re-engage. They have a lot more escapability than the other team, as long as the Varian and the Zarya are not the last ones. They might come in for the gank. They're almost getting baited. The immediate follow-up, focus on the ETC. And the other two getting so low. Li Ming finishing the kill on Sonya. And with that, they might want to... They almost can push into this if they get any other type of kills. It looks like they're going for it. They're almost level 20. If they get level 20, I could definitely see them taking this. Taunt coming out onto the ETC. If he dies here, immediate interruption by both people. Holy cow, the Zarya even interrupted it, and she was inside the mosh pit. I think this is going to spell the game for B4B. They're calling out the GG. Still 15 seconds on Sonya, 6 seconds on Tychus. All members are up. So, they proved me wrong on my prediction. Good job to Cloud8. That engagement in the top lane to... Once they're running away, it's almost like you always say, you don't want to chase. And that's exactly the reason why you don't chase too far. If you're not going to secure a kill, and they weren't going to secure a kill. I mean, we know why they chased. They had the Odin out. They were going to try to, if they got any type of power slide on somebody that was behind, then they could potentially get a kill there. But with the chase, you don't know whether, you only see 1 or 2 members at a time. You don't know where the rest of the team is, and you leave yourself susceptible to a counterattack. So good job by Cloud8. You played the comp well. You had the follow-up on the Varian stuns, and it came out with a win. So congratulations. So I actually have... So with that...